Hey everyone, I want to share about a time when God's peace that transcends all understanding became very real to my wife Lindsay and me. 13 days before our third child Luke was born, we got a diagnosis that he had a very life-threatening birth defect and that his specific case was labeled severe. We were told he likely wouldn't survive. It was one of those instant life-changing moments. And to spare you any suspense, if you don't know Luke's story, he is now a healthy, thriving, active, joyful 1.5-year-old. The Lord spared his life through 2 successful surgeries and miraculous healing that took place in his body. In America, we often think the definition of peace is the absence of trouble in our lives. We are either in a state of trouble or we're in a state of peace. But in John chapter 14, Jesus told his disciples, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you." And he wasn't promising them a life without trouble. So if not, what was he promising? When Luke was born, he was immediately surrounded by so many doctors I couldn't even see him. I was standing there powerless and helpless. If the absence of trouble is what peace is, then I had no peace because I was drowning in trouble. And yet in that moment standing there, I did have peace. How? A close friend and mentor told us a week before Luke was born that the real definition of peace is trusting that God is who he says he is and who he has always been. It's a belief or a choice, not a feeling. God will be no different in this situation than he's been at any other point in history. And no matter the outcome of our circumstance, God is the same. And believing this gives us peace that he is in control, especially since we have no control at all. Our mentor also told us that the way to act on God's peace is doing the next right thing, and that doing the next right thing always requires a faith step, and that always requires endurance to keep doing it. The way we applied this to our circumstance and received God's peace was to turn Luke's life over to God. We prayed on the way to the hospital and committed to love, follow, and trust God no matter what happened. And this wasn't a one-time thing. We had to recommit to it daily. Did the fear go away immediately each time we did it? No, we were still scared, but we weren't consumed by the fear. We were able to be above it. It really is a peace that surpasses all understanding because you can't even really explain it. It helped us be calm in decision moments and in traumatic moments, and it helped us endure through the process. And throughout the process, God was also faithful as we took these faith steps to give us displays and reminders of his control and his love. And I could give 1,000 testimonies of all the things that he did. In the end, we grew and were strengthened in our faith for the next storms that come. In Luke 21:19, Jesus said, "By your endurance, you will gain your lives." And looking back, if the circumstances had gone differently or even horribly, I have no doubt that God would have been faithful to teach us different things and grow us in different ways. He has built a track record of faithfulness so that we can trust him when the next trouble comes along, and it will. Elizabeth Elliot sums up best how we experienced peace. She says, "The secret is Christ in me, not me in a different set of circumstances." Thank you for letting me share this, and we will always be grateful to our church family for your prayers and support as we went through this.